Hey all, welcome back to Somi's Chai and Chat, episode number 7. And today we will be talking about Gandhi's school year and his opinion about religion. Gandhi mentions that he was going to school between the age of 7 and 16, where he learnt a lot usual schooling. However, he doesn't really remember much of anything that he learnt in school. And he mentions that he remembers picking up things about life from here and there, watching other people or having his own experiences. And he also says that school didn't teach him any religion. Specifically to him, religion is not something that is in a book, such as Bhagavad Gita or Bible or Quran. Religion, according to him, in a broader sense, it is, quotes, self-realization or knowledge of self. That is what he's using the word religion for, which I thought is very interesting, because in today's world, religion, as in when we think of religion, we immediately try to either go far away from it or go very close to it. We want to identify with any religion, or we do not want to do anything with religion. However, in his book, he is referring to a very, very broad sense, and it's very deep sense for an individual, which is self-realization or the knowledge of self. And he mentions about having a practice of going to Haveli, that is a temple which his mother was going and he was also going. However, it never really appealed to him in a way or helped him to learn more about himself. And therefore, he lost curiosity or wasn't as interested in going to Haveli. And more than that, there was a rumor that he heard. It wasn't a fact-based thing. It was a rumor that he heard there was immortality being practiced in there. Gandhi's deep connection with Rama or chanting of Rama's name came from his childhood, which he tells when he was at a very tender age. He used to get dreams of or fear of ghosts and spirits, and the nurse who was in his house, she would tell him to chant Rama's name so that they don't come to him anymore. And he remembers and thanks Rambha, that's the nurse who taught him to chant Ramanama, that habit or the notion, the connection that he had at such a young age, even though he lost it in the middle, as he got older, it came back to him and he would always chant his name, and it gave him peace of mind. The other instances where he really connected with Rama more than any of the other gods that's in our Hindu tradition is he would listen to Ramayana a lot, and he was used to listening to Ramayana, and that gave him also sense of duty and selfless thinking, which he goes into details in other chapters when he talks about various experiences he has in life. The other aspect of religion he talks is about the tolerance for other branches of Hinduism, where his parents would visit different gods' temples, which inculcated that you don't have to connect to just one God or one identity, but it's different identities that can get connected to. And this idea I didn't have before. I thought this was a beautiful idea to think about, having or developing tolerance just by visiting different gods or different temples, how we can develop tolerance. And we can probably have a whole episode dedicated to this subject alone. Along with that, his parents had Musalman, that is Muslim friends, and Parsi friends who would talk about their faiths, and his father would listen to them patiently while they talked about what they believed in. And this also demonstrated or modeled for Gandhi that having tolerance for other views of opinion, other ways of thinking, other perception, which is very, very much needed in today's world. We are polarized with our own identity. We are attached to our identity so much so that we forget to connect how others see the world. There can be more than one way of seeing the world, and so does the God and the religion as well. Finally, to wrap up about the concept of religion, which according to Gandhi is, again, I am repeating in quotes, it is knowledge of self. He talks about a Gujarati didactic stanza which has gripped his both mind and heart and guided principle. It became his guiding principle for life. That is, return good for evil. Return good for evil. And the lines goes like this. For a bowl of water, give a goodly meal. For a kindly greeting, bow thou down with zeal. For a simple penny, pay thou back with gold. If thy life be rescued, life do not withhold. Thus the words and actions of the wise regard. Every little service tenfold they reward. But the truly noble know all men as one, and return with gladness good for evil done. I hope you liked this episode about religion, what Gandhi mentioned in his book. And as a reflection, I request you as my listeners, can you think of a scenario when you had a thought about having different identities, awareness about how you can accept the other identity is also okay. You don't need to follow that other identity, but that is there as well. When is that life situation that happened, and at what situation it was that thought occurred in your mind? Reflect on that, and I'll talk to you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.